What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Thursday evening's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. Now, I will be live tonight at 8:45 to go through all of these stories in more detail, but in this video, we're going to be speaking about Bradley BARCOLA, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, a little bit on a potential name that was mentioned as a swap for Florian Wirtz. I kid you not, this has been written over the last day. Now, not to say it's going to happen, but it is an interesting one to know that they're interested in this particular player. That and a couple of other interesting bits and pieces that we hope keep you set up until this evening. We've also just launched a poll on the new Anfield Agenda WhatsApp channel asking who would be your preferred left-sided attacker to come in if Liverpool did sell Luis Diaz. If you'd like to take part in that poll, scan the QR code on the screen there now and join the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp channel. We've had over 4,000 people in there in our first week, and thank you to you all for your continued support. Right, let's start talking about Mr. Darwin Núñez. This report coming out of Italy suggests that AC Milan have asked for the information required to sign Darwin Núñez. Look, I could see him in an AC Milan shirt. You know, could he be their new Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Maybe. But either way, from Liverpool's perspective, it looks like the asking price is in and around €70 million or £60 million. But let me know. Napoli, AC Milan, Atletico Madrid, where do you think we may see Darwin Núñez end up at the end of this summer's window? Little bit now about Hugo EKITIKE, because this piece said Liverpool have been sent a clear message in their interest and pursuit of Hugo EKITIKE, and not just Liverpool, Chelsea as well. The price tag is €100 million and it ain't dropping, and that's according to Eintracht Frankfurt's chief Marcus Krosche, who has fired a warning basically to Premier League clubs or anybody else who are interested in signing Hugo. €100 million or £85 million is the price tag. Look, I don't know quite how good this guy is, but at this point of his career, I really don't feel like €100 million or £85 million is a fair market valuation. Also, he goes on to say, we don't have to sell Hugo. Well, you don't, that's true, but if the player's angling for a move away and he's unhappy, well, I think best is to try and get him out the door. But for me, I honestly haven't got a clue who the best fit is through the centre for Liverpool. Would EKITIKE be the right one? Time will tell on that one. For me, Alexander Isak, Julian Alvarez, always been my two preferred candidates, but I'm also well aware that they are very, very difficult, if not impossible deals for Liverpool to get done in this window. So let me know your thoughts on this one. Hugo EKITIKE, €100 million, value or not, let me know. Andy Robertson has given a bit of an indication that he is in talks with Liverpool about a potential contract extension. He's also spoken a little bit about the impending signing of Florian Wirtz. This is what he had to say. Regarding his contract, he said, we have discussed it. Of course we have. You know the club have been. We've had good discussions with me and the club. What the future holds, I'm not sure. You know, all I know is tomorrow I fly off on holiday and it's well needed. I need a rest after a long season and then I look forward to pre-season. That's all my focus is. So I can't look too far ahead. I never have done, so that's not going to start now. I know the position I'm in and I've only got a year left and it's getting closer now. It's getting spoken about more. You know, focusing on being a dad for the first couple of weeks and enjoying the time I have with the kids. Then we'll come back best possible shape for pre-season and we'll see what the future holds. He also went on to speak about his, excitement at the possibility of Florian Wirtz becoming a Liverpool player. Mentioned the fact that obviously they were hammered against Germany when he played for Scotland and that Wirtz was a player that caused a lot of that damage. Then spoke about the fact obviously Liverpool beat Leverkusen at Anfield, but again got a chance to see him up close and personal. So, looks like Robbo's excited about the prospect of it, and why wouldn't he be? Now, one really interesting thing about the Florian Wirtz situation is it looks as if Liverpool are trying a lot of things to make sure he is not the most expensive Premier League player in history because they don't want that weight of expectation on his shoulders. The last bid was, of course, a couple of million below, but then we got to hear we go from Romano stating that the package will be up to €150 million, which would be a British transfer record. I think that works out about £127 million, something like that, which would be 12 million above what Chelsea paid for Caicedo. Now, Couple of outlets today, especially over in the continent, are saying that Bradley Barcola's stock continues to rise across Europe, but Paris Saint-Germain have made their position clear that he's gone nowhere this summer. That being said, though, Foot Mercado said that Barcola is attracting serious interest from Bayern Munich and Liverpool Football Club. Now, as I mentioned at the start of this video, we did put up a poll on our WhatsApp channel asking which of these four attacking left-sided players would you like to come in. Barcola's name is one of them. For me, I'm not convinced by him. He's got huge talent, there's no denying that, but not enough end product for me. But maybe you think differently. Again, would love to know your thoughts on it, but feel free to jump across and jump into that poll and vote on it. Also, another one here, caught offside, saying Liverpool's appetite for a transformative summer under Arne Slot shows no signs of slowing down. As reported, the Reds are now considering a move for Paris Saint-Germain's Bradley Barcola, with a sensational return of 17 goals and 14 assists across all competitions in 24-25. Barcola's output speaks for itself, they say. For me, yes, he scored and assisted a lot, but when I've watched him, he's also been extremely wasteful. Maybe that's something, if he did come to Liverpool, Arne Slot would feel he could work on. But again, got to reiterate, Paris Saint-Germain's stance seems to be player isn't for sale, despite the recent links to Liverpool Football Club. A little bit on Lucho now. Liverpool is open to negotiation for the sale of Luis Diaz, according to Sport in Spain, who are very much Barcelona-centric. They say the English club is clear that he won't be a starter with the signings of Wirtz and the likely addition of ISAK or Barcola. Again, Alexander Isak's name just is not going away in this transfer window. I've heard of nothing to give us encouragement in this regard, but every single day people are still talking about Liverpool looking at Isak. Isak may be angling for that move away, looking for a deal the likes of a Wirtz deal that will make a massive statement in the window. Let us know your thoughts on this one. I love Isak, but the links aren't going away, but we're not seeing anything really to suggest it's likely or imminent. On Barcola or on Luis Diaz, it looks as if they're going to fall short of Liverpool's valuation. Barcelona will not go past 60 million euro to sign Luis Diaz, according to a source in Spain. Now, we know that Liverpool's price tag is significantly higher than that. It is 85 million euro or 70 million pound for Luis Diaz. So let's wait and see what happens here. I don't think, honestly, Liverpool will do business at 60 million euro. I just don't. I think Barcelona are going to have to revisit this situation if they do want to sign him. Now, I mentioned to you guys that there is a bit of a mad story in the newspapers around a potential player that Leverkusen could be looking at. And that player, ladies and gentlemen, it is not the one that we've mentioned many times on here, Jarell Quansah, although they are certainly interested there. This piece in the Mirror, well, let me read it to you. It said Liverpool could decide to leverage Bayer Leverkusen's long-standing interest in Curtis Jones. Didn't expect me to say that one now, did you? The 24-year-old Liverpool Academy graduate has impressed with his dynamism and versatility, catching Leverkusen's eye in the past few months. Now, I've not seen any other publications talking about this, but would you? Would you dare? Would you sell Curtis Jones, removing that Scouse Harpy from the team? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. They do say including Jones in the deal could significantly reduce Florian Wirtz's eye-watering price tag, but let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what are we saying here? Curtis Jones, would you sell him if it was to help with the Wirtz deal, or do you think we can't remove that Scouse Harpy from the team? Over to you to let me know. Now, as I mentioned, we will be back tonight, 8:45 for the late night agenda. Always appreciate your support. If you'd like to come and see us for our last ever show in Ireland, you can get your tickets. We're going to be at Cyprus Avenue, Cork, 8th of August. It's an over-18s event, and again, we're really looking forward to coming down and catching up with everybody. I'll talk to you this evening. Hope to see you at 8:45. Until then, have a wonderful Thursday, and thank you for your time. Much love. Bye-bye.